For the last 8 years, I've made it my personal mission to understand and weaponize my neurodivergence. Because if you can't cure it or get rid of it, you might as well learn how to use it. So these are 26 books distilled into top 10 high protocol operations or operation systems that I've been using for the might be the most important thing. So if you just take away this and only this, you can don't even have to watch the rest of the video, because for the ADHD brain, there's nothing worse than being sedentary. People say I'm so disciplined in my workouts. I'm not doing it for my body, I'm doing it for my mind. If if you're not a gym person, walk, do home workouts. There are so many alternatives. If you don't have the discipline to follow your own program, if you have enough money, buy a program. There's nothing better than just having a coach tell you exactly what to do. But if you don't have it, there's thousands of amazing creators on YouTube doing follow along workouts. Just do something. There are no 0 days when it comes to ADHD and working out. If you don't want to do a hard workout, walk. If you don't want to do walk, do yoga, stretch, do something. But you have to move your body, because if you don't move your if you don't what's the phrase? If you don't stress the body, you slave the mind, something like that. But no matter what you do, just move. Never be sedentary if you have ADHD. The biggest problem with ADHD is within the name. It is not an attention problem, it's an execution problem. It's a problem with starting and finishing something. It is a problem with the momentum in the middle of it. So what I do is, or what I learned to do is, I set up everything is in micro executions. One thing I always tell myself is start messy, because I get in my head and then I'll try to make everything perfect, plan everything to be perfect, and then when it comes to execution, you've overwhelmed yourself with the expectation of doing such a great thing that you either just never start or you never finish it because you keep trying to perfect it. So start messy and give yourself deadlines and break everything down into micro steps. If you can break it down into 2 minutes for every single thing, even better. Like I have the app Tick on my phone. Get a to-do list app. Tick the best. Notion also works, but I like a lot of systems, and now this is another topic. But break down everything into step by step instructions, and don't also overnight analyze that system of creating step by step. Just make micro steps. Like if I'm writing, open the doc, just start writing message. If I'm coding, open the notepad, just start fucking coding random shit, and if it looks ugly at the end, your brain will start fixing it.
Chase real dopamine. Sun, ice, sauna, weights, runs, walks, hard work, breath work, meditate, visualize, design, serve, connect, and create. Do real work. You'll never reach your potential if fake dopamine is always within reach.
People often mistake dopamine for the feel good hormone, the hormone or the molecule that makes you enjoy life. Yes, it participates that because of mostly it gets you moving, which is goes back to the first step, which is if you force movement, it'll force dopamine creation, which you can gamify into other systems of your life. Set up challenges for yourself to make it feel like work is more fun than it actually is. One thing I always tell myself is you have to love the way hard work feels. Do not rely on motivation. I don't trust my brain for shit. That's just me. Maybe your mind is better. But I don't trust my mind to remember anything. I'm sitting in a hospital parking lot, and I have one, two, three, four, five, six different notepads, my iPad, my phone. I don't trust my brain to remember everything. There's different notepads for different things, and I write down every idea or thought I have. Not every idea is genius, but if you lose your inspiration, you won't catch it. And the problem with keeping everything in your mind is that it will keep rotating. Like, don't forget this, don't forget this, don't forget this. Just want to get it out and deal with it when I have to deal with it. Do not trust your brain for anything. Use sticky notes. Use different notepads. Use your phone. Use Notion. I love Notion. Use TickTick. Use Evernote. Use Obsidian. Use there's so many fucking different things you can use. Just do not trust your brain to remember anything. I don't think that's what brains are designed for, actually. This one's actually funny because I remember when I first learned about this rule, I tried to make my own clock. I tried to make my own timekeeping, which is fucking insane because if you try to make your own time, nobody else is using it, so you can't be usable by anybody. And if you're not useful to anybody, why are you here? Don't use that excuse to do dumb shit. But make time tangible for yourself. Make time very visible. Because what ADHD is very bad at is using time, observing time, because we call it time blindness. We don't like I'll just forget what time is. It's like what's Einstein's thing? Time is relative. Time is very fucking relative. And use clocks. I have like people make fun of me for having like random alarms during the day. Just to remind me of like I didn't eat today. This is my eating alarm. This is my wake up alarm. This is my I need to feed the dogs alarm. Like when I'm working, I use like 90-minute Pomodoro because like if I'm like say I have 1 hour to read, I would because I'm dyslexic. I hate reading, but I try to do it every fucking day. If I do it for 1 hour, I would just like my brain would just go like, okay, I have 1 hour. How much time is left? Okay, whatever. But if I give my time like, okay, fine. You have 15 pages to read. Let's see how fast you read it. Gamify everything. I stopped setting goals maybe 2 years ago because I realized all they did is just set me up for failure. And there's nothing wrong with failure. Failure is feedback. Feedback is knowledge, and knowledge is power. And the fastest way to success is through experimentation, rapid experimentation. But what's better than goals is have a vision. Have an idealized vision for your success. Know where you want to go. And then set up systems that get you there. And then through those systems, set up habits. Have morning routines. I know they're a joke now, but they fucking work. Have morning routines, evening routines, 6 month protocols, always rapid experimentation. And if your morning routine is the same routine you had last year, then you're doing something wrong because you have to be irritating every single step, trying to fine tune it, make it a little bit more optimized, make it a little bit better, always be experimenting. Don't have goals where you're setting yourself up for an undefined success just because you're like, okay, in this time, I want like this, I want like this. And then when you get to that time, you beat yourself up, you hate yourself with self hate. But with systems, you're constantly correcting. You're constantly irritating. I don't know what the fucking word is. Set up habits, set up rituals, set yourself up. Once again, gamify everything. You are your best project. You are your most important experiment. Everything is about the systems that you have. Because what's that quote? You do not rise to your expectations, you fall to your systems, something like that. And if you're relying on your willpower to get anything done or to optimize yourself, it depends on how strong your willpower is. I don't know, maybe you are a Green Lantern and you have the strongest will. But I know my will is shit, so I set myself up for success. Like if I'm trying to eat less sweets, I'll put like gum everywhere so that if instead of when I go for the chocolate, there's gum there instead. I'll chew the gum and I'll forget about the sweets. If I'm trying to quit alcohol, actually I did this one. I started just buying energy drinks. Not the best thing to do. I stopped drinking so many energy drinks right now. But instead of energy drinks, I switched to juice. And then apparently you're not supposed to drink juice anymore. But whatever. This is about. See, I distracted myself right just by fucking going on tangents. This is about setting yourself up. Plan the night before so that the next day you're not wondering what am I supposed to do today. Like do your daily review before you sleep, and then set up your plan for the next day. Then set up on your TikTok app. Do this at this time. Do this at this time. Then you you go straight into work. And like today, my day got distracted. I set my environment up to work where I am, not to have to. I think you know what I'm trying to say. If you don't, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But either way, gamify everything. Okay. Okay. I really have no right to talk about this one because I failed on this consistently. Sleep is there's a reason why we have to sleep. There's a reason why you literally die if you don't sleep. There's a reason why it's like charging your phone. If your phone is not charged, you're not gonna be able to use it. And if you don't fucking sleep, you're not gonna be able to use your brain. So I set up systems to help myself sleep better. Because same time, wake up same time every single day. I try to wake up at 4:30 every single day, and I still fail on Sundays and Saturdays because I don't have to wake up. I on that day, so I'm like your bitch mind takes over at your weakest moments, and when you're waking up, that's one of your weakest moments. So before bed, just okay, do as I say, not as I do. No screens in bed. I try not to watch any series before I sleep or play any sort of games before I sleep. At least an hour and 30 minutes before I sleep, all screens are off. But I did substitute watching series for listening to bedtime stories on YouTube. I'll put my iPad under my bed as it charges so that the light doesn't affect my eyes, and then I'll just listen to a sleep story. Because I do that because my brain runs wild and I won't sleep if there's no background noise. So I do that for that, and I read before I sleep and I draw before I sleep to relax the mind. I don't do any high value work 5 minutes before bed because if I'm doing any work or any sort of idea, I say optimization a lot, generation or trying to do any sort of like work, my brain will be running wild and I'll be trying to take that work into my sleep. So before I sleep, only if I'm doing any sort of work, it's just usually study, tutorials, or I'll draw while I'm watching a comedy thing. 'Cause I love comedy because it makes me laugh, relaxes my brain. I'll stretch before I sleep. That's another movement. And what do I do before I sleep? Read before I sleep. Go through my daily plan before I sleep. Review the day. Try to just when you're close to bed, like at least 2 hours, my best 3 hours before bed. Just use that time to wind down as much energy as you can to calm yourself throughout, so that when you go to bed, just smooth sailing. And try to wake up and sleep the same time every single day. I know it's hard. I'm still struggling with it to this day. It's one of the hardest things, just sleeping. But sleep is a superpower beyond anything else. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one brief because I'm thinking of making an entire separate video dedicated on this topic alone because I'm a very emotional person. I always say that some people are 0 to 100 real quick. I am 0 or 100. There's certain situations you just can't get me to give a fuck about. I will not give a fuck. I'm very nonchalant. I'm very blasé. And then there's certain situations where I'm extremely passionate. I'm hot-headed, and I'll do something that will embarrass the fuck out of me and anybody that I care about. So I made it a very big point to discipline my emotions and my emotional regulation. There's a lot of techniques that I use. There's a lot of like protocols that I have to this. So I'm gonna go deeper into a separate video. But for now, just breathe. Just breathe. There are just some things I can't get my brain to do. Like I'll be forcing and forcing and forcing, and that'll take way more energy than necessary. And then there are some things I can't get my brain to stop doing, and it just focuses in like a laser pointer beyond repair. Don't know if that analogy even makes sense, but if there is something that you're very like you just hyper focus on and you can't explain why, try to see how you get into that zone and try to see if you can move it into other things. And if you don't want to, delegate, pay somebody else to do it. Life is too short, and if you can't pay somebody else to do it, find a way around it. There's always 1,000 different ways. If you can't go over something, go under. If you can't go under, go through. If you can't go through, destroy the fucking rock. Find a way to get what you need to do and get it done in the most, I was about to say optimized again, in the most efficient way possible. And don't, because with people with ADHD, we this especially when it comes to like things that we see other people doing very easily, and for us it's next to impossible. We start like hating on ourselves and feeling down on ourselves, like why this person studying so easily and I can't study like this. And I'm like, okay, dude, you have a choice here. Either you push yourself and you burn yourself out trying to do something you're just not designed to do, or you find a way to make it work for you. I know that was already 10, but here's a bonus one that I just remember right now because it's something that I also have struggled with to this day. Ask for help. I know being neurodivergent is a very self isolating thing because you feel like nobody will ever truly understand you because what's wrong with you or broken inside of you is in your mind and nobody can see. Everybody can see a limping leg, but nobody can see a fractured mind. And everybody feels like everybody's struggling, everybody's stressed, so you don't feel like you have the right to talk about your problems or ask for help or ask anybody to try to understand how you are experiencing life and your difficulties. Not everybody will understand, but try to find at least one person you can confide in, or especially try to find somebody who knows, with another neurodivergent mind, who can try to give you tips on how they live their life, or how they optimize their existence. But you don't have to do this alone. I'm mostly talking to myself right here because you don't really have to do this alone. You don't have to isolate yourself from people just because you feel like you end up disappointing them, just because you disappoint yourself. Okay, that was 26 books distilled into 10 or 11 upgrades that you can implement in your life today. Okay, these are just basically rough cuts I'm reading from my notepads as I'm rambling through. So if you want me to go deep, to do a deeper dive on any specific book or any specific protocol, just comment it down below and I'll get it done. And make like Bruce Lee, man. Every We're not all a monolith. Not everybody works the same way. So take in a little bit from everything. What works for you. What doesn't, throw it out. Either way, subscribe. Don't like. Don't really know what to say. Peace.